Great Britain. I've just finished my textile culture course. It's an MA. I'm doing it on Mears-Erlin syndrome, which is to help children's reading and writing with visual stress in patterns. Basically it's to do with glare on the page. Children can feel ill, sick, dizzy, experience different symptoms which can cause them to look away from text, not want to read. And basically my work is to bring forward the fact that it's in schools and not dyslexia. My dress is to represent binding, the sort of the closeness you feel or being alone. The dress is sort of raised up to project me in a sense as well as others who can experience visual stress but actually overcome it, achieve more by reading through overlays, different colours. There's so many different colours to read through. White is very much how I see, and I see sort of white coming through the text, so I lose the text completely and just see this whiteness, whereas other people will see a water full of text, so the words will disappear, fall off the page. There's also a blurring or a blobbing where the text will sort of congeal. It's very difficult to overcome, but that's to do with being very tired and the stressfulness that comes from just reading.
What do you hope to do after this exhibition?
I'd like to do a PhD and continue my work. I feel it's very important, but it's all to do with funding, and if not, I have to go into graphic design and actually get a job. But I'd very much like to carry on and sort of get this out there to the public and for adults, parents and teachers, just to help their children.
I thought about the art up there. It was the ladybug art. It was very like artic.
My name's Ruth Sanders. I've just completed 2 years of my MA Digital Practices degree, and this is my big piece of work, or one of my final pieces of work, which has been called as a collection on looking. And I was really interested in the relationship between how women are viewed and sort of portrayed in society, and the pressures on women to conform to ideal ideas of what women should look like. So we underwent lots of experiments, but mainly photographic work, trying to really assess how people feel about themselves and their bodies. And I felt like it was important for me as the artist to put myself in the frame, and so work collaboratively with my husband and various different people to come up with an image that I felt comfortable with. But it's quite strange seeing yourself larger than life in a gallery situation with no clothes on. But I really felt that it was crucial to the work, not just kind of talking about it, but really putting yourself in there.
I like this painting because it's very ambiguous. It's got a kind of classical look to it, rather sort of curious posture and the legs, and the head, to my mind, looks kind of rather dull and sort of contemporary, with sort of a slight bruise, as John was pointing out, around the eye. And it's like kind of one century tacked onto another century. And I like it. It's an interesting sort of idea of progress, I think.
This is all done in Flash with ActionScript, which I was a total novice at learning a computing program. It's pretty much like learning a language, really. So it's taken 2 years to get this far, and it is quite addictive if you get into it. But it's Flash for the web. The whole website is less than a megabyte, which is, I mean, absolutely nothing. It will download instantaneously. Okay, so it's all regenerative, so there's no looping involved. And so you can log on to it at the website at www.johnwells.org.uk, and these things will just carry on ad infinitum. You can run them all day, all night, and they're just sound text pieces. A lot of it comes from concrete poetry, which is a big thing in the 1950s and 60s, and just log on and enjoy.
I'm Marcus. I'm on the Masters of Digital Practices at Norwich School of Art and Design. And my piece is called I Like Shopping. It's a piece that can mean many different things to many different people. Basically, I've asked 365 people on the streets shopping, whilst shopping, filmed in front of shops, to say the phrase, I like shopping. It forms a mantra. The mantra is, I like shopping, repeated 365 times. After a while, the mantra becomes unsustainable. The meaning becomes lost. It degrades. It's unsustainable, again. And it's kind of, for me personally, it's a critique on overconsumption and just thinking about what we buy, why we buy, and when we're finished with it, where does it go?
This is my favourite piece was he did the and I liked it then the favourite bit was the bit then he went and that's it.
It's called Oblique. The conception and the installation is all of my own, but the viewer finishes it off with his perception, because as you move round my piece, the piece appears to move. You move, the piece doesn't. It is an illusion. The piece is constructed with very simple, direct materials. It's just doweling, wires, and the cheapest acrylic yarn I can find for Norwich Market.
Before, the eyeglass had eyes in it, much of a day. The radio had chuckled on the shelf by the window, and nickel silver shavings dusted the wood bench, the lap of the careworn cords, and the faded upholstered chair.
Well, the traffic's going that way, but she's, hailing a taxi.
The work's all based around sound and landscape making sound. So the idea is that once upon a time when all things could speak, every particle made a sound. And that there's a visible trace or a memory trace in landscape, and that landscape can speak, and it's trying to actualise or visualise that idea.